welcome back to English for Specific Purposes, Level B1. We are your hosts. I am Mr. Derill.
And I'm Ms. Thათია.
And today we are going to talk about a brand new topic, medicine.
გამარჯობათ, მე თათია ვარ, ეს კი დერილია. კეთილი იყოს თქვენი დაბრუნება ჩვენს ტელესკოლაში. როგორც გახსოვთ, წინა გაკვეთილებზე საინტერესო თემებზე ვისაუბრეთ ბიზნესზე, ტურიზმზე, დღევანდელი გაკვეთილი კი მედიცინას შეეხება. მაგრამ ვიდრე უშუალოდ გაკვეთილზე გადავიდოდეთ, მოდით შევხედოთ ჩვენი გაკვეთილის გეგმას.
We will start with an introduction. We will discuss a few things. Then we'll look at the vocabulary for today, medically related. We'll have the reading text as usual. And then we will move to the grammar, which is past continuous. From there, we will summarize everything and give you your homework.
გაკვეთილს მოკლე შესწავლით დავიწყებთ, შემდეგ შევისწავლით ახალ სიტყვებს, შემდეგ წავიკითხავთ ტექსტს, გავეცნობით ახალ გრამატიკას, შემდეგ შევაჯამებთ გაკვეთილს და საბოლოოდ ყველასთვის საყვარელი საშინაო დავალებით დავასრულებთ. Okay, let's get started. So we have to start with the vocabulary, but before we learn some vocabulary, let's have a discussion. Derill, Mr. Derill, what gets people stressed and what are the most common sources of stress? What do you think?
I think maybe a lot of work, overwork, having no time to enjoy yourself or relax. These are the kinds of things that bring up stress in people, I feel, and I've seen it in my own life as well in the past.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think that a lot of people are stressed nowadays because of this very, very fast life, right? Okay, so it turns out that we have to talk about stress-related health problems today, and it is very, very interesting for everyone, I think, right? Okay, now let's move on to the first set of vocabulary and let's see what we have. The first word we have is shot. A shot is a noun and in Georgian it is nemsi inektia.
And in English it's a dose of medicine or a vaccine that is administered, given to a patient by a needle.
And everybody is afraid of this, especially children are scared of it. I remember myself when I was a kid, I was scared to death.
Probably because of the sight of blood?
Maybe, yeah. Okay. So shot is a noun, and in Georgian it is nemsi inektia. Shot, nemsi inektia. Together?
Shot.
And let's move on to the next word, which is emergency room. Emergency room is a noun, and in Georgian it is გადაუდებელი დახმარების კაბინეტი. And I need your help.
Sure. Definitely. So an emergency room is the room in a hospital where you're taken to immediately when you have some kind of surprise condition or some situation where you need help very quickly.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to get in an emergency room. I hope I will never get there.
I think that would be a very stressful situation.
Really
Speaking of
agree
stress.
with you. So emergency room is a noun, and in Georgian it is გადაუდებელი დახმარების კაბინეტი. Emergency room, გადაუდებელი დახმარების კაბინეტი. So let's together.
Emergency room.
And we have to move to the new word, and this is intensive care unit. It's a noun, and in Georgian it is ინტენსიური თერაპიის ბლოკი. I think I need your help.
Definitely. So the intensive care unit, sometimes shortened to ICU when they speak, is the part of the hospital where you go when you need continuous monitoring or care. So it's a step above the emergency room. This is something more serious.
Yes, very interesting. So intensive care unit is a noun, and in Georgian it is ინტენსიური თერაპიის ბლოკი. Intensive care unit, ინტენსიური თერაპიის ბლოკი. Together?
Intensive care unit.
And the next word is physician. Physician is a noun, and in Georgian it is ekimi. We know another word for physician. We use it and we call it a doctor. Am I right?
That's right. That's literally the definition of physician. It's a synonym for doctor. It's a more academic word, physician.
Yeah. So physician is a noun, and in Georgian it is ekimi. Physician, ekimi. Physician, ekimi. So let's say it together.
Yeah.
Physician. Okay. And our next word is bone fracture. Bone fracture is a noun, and in Georgian it means zvlis gabzarwa. And again, your help.
Yeah, you never want to get a bone fracture. This is when you've gone to an accident and you've broken your arm or bone with a slight, let's say, line through the bone.
Yeah, and I have never had a bone fracture in my life, and I hope I will never have it. So bone fracture is a noun, and in Georgian it means zvlis gabzarwa. Bone fracture, zvlis gabzarwa. Together?
Bone fracture.
And I think that we have finished with the word, and it's time for the exercise. ეკრანზე ვხედავთ განმარტებებს. მოდი ერთად შევეცადოთ სწორი შესატყვისი სიტყვა მოვუძებნოთ ამ განმარტებებს. Okay, let's start. So the first definition is the part of the hospital where you go in the event of an emergency or a condition that needs immediate medical attention. And what is the word?
We have two choices in particular that are kind of close, but the actual definition for this is emergency room.
And you're right. I also remember this word. It was emergency room for sure. And we can move on to the next one. And this is?
Doses of medicine or vaccines administered by a needle.
And I know the word. The word must be shots. Yeah?
Excellent.
That's right. Okay, we can move on.
We have a situation in which one of your bones has been broken. What is it?
Oh, we were talking about that, I remember, and as there is the word bone, it can be a hint for me, so I can guess that this is bone fracture, and I'm right.
Very good. Always use clues whenever you can.
Yes. So now we have two options and one definition. Now let's try. So definition is another word for a doctor.
And here we have the more academic word for doctor, physician.
Yes, you're right. Physician. It's the same as doctor. And finally, a very obvious answer. We have a definition like that. The part of the hospital where you are admitted to stay if you need continuous monitoring or continuous care. And this is intensive care units. I think that we remember the words quite well, and it's time to move to our reading task, and we are going to learn some words related to the reading. ეხლა კი გადავიდეთ კითხვის დავალებაზე. მაგრამ სანამ უშუალოდ ტექსტს წავიკითხავდეთ, მოდი რამოდენიმე სიტყვა ვისწავლოთ. So, the first word we have is blood circulation. Blood circulation is a noun, and in Georgian it is სისხლის ცირკულაცია, მიმოქცევა. Okay, can you help me with the definition, Mr.
I would love to. It's a circulatory system, which is an organ in the body, that permits blood to travel all around the body to help you to live better.
Yeah, it's very important for everybody, right, to have normal blood circulation, right?
Yeah.
Well, blood circulation is a noun, and in Georgian it is სისხლის ცირკულაცია. Blood circulation, სისხლის ცირკულაცია. Let's say it together.
Blood circulation.
And the next one is bloodstream. Bloodstream is a noun, and it means სისხლის ნაკადი, სისხლის მიმოქცევა. Can you help me with the definition, Mr. Derill?
Yes, the blood circulation from before actually helps the bloodstream to flow. So this is the actual flow of the blood through the body.
Yes. And I think that exercise usually helps this bloodstream, and a lot of people do a lot of exercise in order to keep fit and have this normal bloodstream.
Yeah, a lot of people are realizing how important it is to exercise.
Yes, Okay, so bloodstream is a noun, and in Georgian it is სისხლის მიმოქცევა. Bloodstream, სისხლის მიმოქცევა. Let's say together.
Bloodstream.
And we can move on to the new word, which is endorphin. Endorphin is a noun, and in Georgian it is endorphini. Mr. Derill, can you tell us what is it in English?
Well, an endorphin is a hormone in the body that reduces pain, especially when you're physically tired or you're injured. So this kind of helps you get over that pain.
Okay, so endorphin is a noun, and in Georgian it is endorphini. Endorphin, endorphini. Together?
Endorphin.
Oh, by the way, it says that chocolate helps endorphin release.
That may explain why I love chocolate.
Okay, well, now let's move on, and the new word is phony. Phony is an adjective, and it means true, qalbi.
Here's the English definition. A phony is something that is false, that is not true, that is deceitful.
Yeah, for example, phony people are not good friends. So nobody would like to have phony people around, right?
That's why it's important to always be truthful and honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. So phony is an adjective, and in Georgian it is true qalbi. Phony, true qalbi. Let's repeat. Phony. And we can move on, and the next word is practitioner. Practitioner is a noun, and it means praktikosi. Can you give us the definition in English, Mr. Derill?
Sure. This is anyone almost who works in a particular profession, and usually with medicine or law, those kinds of higher learning professions.
Yeah, so practitioner doctors are very busy. We have an example. Yes, they are. Doctors generally are very busy, and practitioner doctors are also very busy, right?
Usually they work 24 hours almost, right?
Yeah. So practitioner is a noun, and in Georgian it is praktikosi. Practitioner, praktikosi. Practitioner, praktikosi. Okay, and the next word we have is therapy. Therapy is a noun, and in Georgian it is therapia. They sound very similar, right? Mr. Derill, what's the definition of this word in English?
It's a form of treatment for an illness or some kind of injury. This is when you get therapy.
Yeah, and I think that for us, for everybody, for any person who has some kind of disease, therapy is really important.
Plus there are many kinds of therapy, yoga, and all kinds of things that can help you get better.
Yeah, I agree with you. So therapy is a noun, and in Georgian it is therapia. Therapy, therapia. Let's say it together.
Therapy.
And I think that we have finished with the words, and now it's time to turn to the text. But before we turn to the text, we have a few questions to discuss, Mr. Derill. So, Mr. Derill, what gets you stressed, or what symptoms do you typically experience when you are stressed?
Well, two questions there. I'd say the first question, a few things probably, but maybe the times when I've been overworked and I haven't had time to rest or relax with a good book or a good TV show, I get stressed out.
Yes. And what symptoms do you typically experience when you're stressed?
Probably fatigue, tiredness, and maybe not being in the best of moods, not being in a good mood.
Yeah. I usually get stressed when I have too much to do, too much work to do, and when I have too many responsibilities. And I have terrible headaches usually, and kind of feeling of fatigue.
Very good. Has there been a recent time when you've been this stressed out?
Yeah, it was about a month ago when I had to juggle several work, and I really felt stressed.
Those can be the most stressful times when you have too many things going on at the same time.
Okay, now let's read the text. ახლა კი წავიკითხოთ ტექსტი. Have you ever laughed until you cried and then felt an immediate sense of peace afterwards? It has always been said that laughter is the best medicine, and medical research now points to laughter as an important part of managing and reducing stress. It's like a workout for your insides, which helps you to provide a physical and emotional release from stress. Laughing is free and natural, and according to research, it has numerous other health benefits, including providing a good workout for your heart. It can help strengthen your immune system and improve the overall blood circulation in your body. Laughter also reduces high levels of cortisol in the bloodstream and increases the production of endorphin, which lighten up unhappy disposition and reduce pain.
Interestingly enough, even if you haven't got anything to laugh about, faking it works just as well. The fact is that your body can't tell the difference between a real laugh and a phony one. All laughter, whether real or faked, produces the same results. Alternative health practitioners, in recognition of this fact, have set up laughing yoga studios and humor therapy clinics worldwide to provide an antidote to the stressed out lives many people are living today.
So think about all the people around you who could use a good laugh. Try smiling more and bringing more laughter into your day. When you are feeling stressed, think about a giggling baby, a playful puppy, or a joke you heard recently, and crack a smile or have a good chuckle. Remember, laughter is infectious, and your own private chuckle could very easily spread to your friends, family members, or colleagues. You were stressing out before, now you will all enjoy a good laugh and feel better about life. So let's smile.
That's a very positive reading text.
Yeah, really. Now let's move on to the exercise. Let's read the statements and find out if the statements are true or false. ეხლა კი კითხვის დავალებაზე გადავიდეთ. ეკრანზე თქვენ იხილავთ წინადადებებს და უნდა განსაზღვროთ ეს წინადადების შეესაბამება თუ არა ტექსტს. თუ წინადადება შეესაბამება ტექსტს, ვამბობთ true. თუ წინადადება არ შეესაბამება ტექსტს, ვამბობთ false. So let's get started. Will you read the first statement, Mr. Derill?
I'd love to. So the first statement is laughter only helps your emotional state of being.
And I think that this must be false because it says it only helps your emotional state being. So we have to check. Yes, I was right. I remembered. So because I remember that we read, it's like a workout for your insides, which helps to provide a physical and emotional release from stress. So I was right, so we can move on to the next one. Please read the statement, Mr. Derill.
Your body can tell the difference between fake laughs and real laughs.
And I think that it must be true, if I'm not mistaken. And let me check. Oh no, it is false. Why is it false? Can I check it? So here we read, the fact is that your body can tell the difference between a real laugh and a phony one. I'm sorry, I forgot.
You can try your fake laughs tonight then to improve your health.
Yeah, okay. So now let's move on to the next one, Mr. Derill.
Your body reacts to real laughs only, not to fake laughs.
So what do you think? Is it true or false?
It's hard to say. I would say it's, based on what you just said, false.
Yes, and you're right. It is false because we read, all laughter, whether real or faked, produces the same results. And the next one, laughter has good effect on your blood circulation. So do you think that this is true or false, Mr. Derill?
I feel like if we look back to the reading, it's got to be true.
And you're right, it's true, because we read, it can help strengthen your immune system and improve the overall blood circulation in your body. So we were right. And I think that we have finished with this part and we are moving to a new part, a next part, and this is grammar. Let's look at this sentence. You were stressing out before. Now you will all enjoy a good laugh and feel better about life. Mr. Derill, is this sentence about past, present, or future?
Past.
For sure. And does it show an unfinished action in the past or a finished action in the past?
An unfinished.
An unfinished, you are right. ეხლა კი გრამატიკაზე გადავიდეთ. ჩვენი გაკვეთილის თემა წარსული განგრძობითი დროა. მოდით დერილს მოусმინოთ.
Okay, let's move on to past continuous. We use it to put an emphasis on the course of an action in the past. Here's an example. He was playing football. The past continuous is used when two actions were happening at the same time in the past. Here's an example to make that clear. While she was preparing dinner, he was washing the dishes. The past continuous is also used when the action is going on at a certain time in the past. When I was having breakfast, the phone suddenly rang. To form a past continuous verb, we need the verb to be in the past form, plus the verb, plus the ing. And the example is, I was working on the project the whole day. And we have several examples to this side.
Now I think we have to move to the exercise. Let's look. ეხლა კი გადავიდეთ გრამატიკულ დავალებაზე. ეკრანზე თქვენ დაინახავთ წინადადებებს. ფრჩხილებში მოცემულია ზმნები და უნდა შევეცადოთ ეს ზმნები შესაბამის ფორმაში ჩავსვათ. Okay, let's start. So the first sentence is he, then we have a verb walk, and then when he met George. Mr. Derill, what do you think will be the correct form of walk in this sentence?
You would need to put he was walking.
You're absolutely right. He was walking when he met George. So, Mr. Derill, I think that this sentence shows that one action was going on when the second happened. So he was walking, he was in the process of walking when another action happened. So George met him. Now let's move on, and here is another sentence, they. Then we have a verb live in Paris for a year. Mr. Derill, what would be the most appropriate form of the verb here?
In this, using the past continuous, it would be they were living in Paris for a year.
So it means that it was some period, a year period, when they lived there, and it was going on for a year, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's move on, and the next sentence is my friend. Then we have a verb have, a surgery yesterday at 6 o'clock. What do you think would be the best form of the verb here? As we can see, the action was in progress yesterday, specifically at 6 o'clock. So I think that here we have to use again past continuous.
Yes,
so how would you say this sentence?
Because of the 6 o'clock specific moment in the yesterday context, we have to say what was happening at that moment, and that was that she was having surgery.
My friend was having a surgery yesterday at 6 o'clock. And I think that our lesson has come to an end, but I think that we need to summarize.
Mm-hmm. Let's summarize what we did today. We looked at vocabulary related to medicine, as you remember. We had our reading text on stress and its many problems. And then we had a look at grammar by looking at past continuous form.
Okay, and now I think that it's time for our homework. What our homework is going to be?
We have a question for you, and it is write a report on how to fight stress. Now, we've talked about stress quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's different ways, and you can research ways as well.
Yes, very interesting, and I think that we have to look forward to the answers of our students. And Mr. Derill, where can the homework be uploaded?
It can be uploaded to the address on the screen.
Oh, that's interesting. And where is the model?
The model answer is also at the same address.
Okay, very interesting. So we are looking forward to your homework. So I think that we have to finish today's lesson, but there are some more interesting lessons ahead. We are going to talk about very interesting topics. So stay with us and keep on learning.
Goodbye.
Bye.